Welcome back to the Chelsea Career Mode. I think I'm going to title this one, Have Money or Has Money, Will Spend. 400 million-ish is what we've got. I asked you guys in the last episode for your options as to what to do in a couple of certain areas. You have spoken. Spoken very well indeed, actually. So the decision with regards to centre-back is that Disasi will stay and Badiashile will leave. That's the current plan, as you would prefer it. Disasi is higher rated at the moment, even though Badiashile is younger. He's wanted out for forever. Can I actually remove him? I still can't remove him from the transfer list. So he's the one to go. Even though he's perfectly happy now, it still won't let me remove him off the transfer list. And then the other situation was what to do as backup cam. And you guys smashed it out the water. Change Pedro Gonçalves to a backup cam and sign a new winger. All right, I will. I wonder how long it would actually take to officially change him to a cam. 2 weeks. Banging. Guess what's getting done then? So, we're looking to sign a new winger. And I have names on the list. What happens at centre midfield depends on how much money I've got left. I've actually got more than 400 million now, as you see there. And with Badiashile still to go, do I accept 36? I'll try and negotiate a bit more. Why not? Maybe 450 just isn't quite enough, I'm afraid. Can I have 42? Can I have... Oh, no, not 51. Wrong way, Ches. Can I have 42? I can't ask for 51. I can have 42. Thank you, Steve Cooper. I've earned myself £6 extra million there. Okay, that's one deal on the way out on that's happening, and we'll reject the ones for DSRC. All the multiple bids for DSRC. And Badiashile is on his way, sir. To be honest, I don't need to wait for that money to be able to go and do at least one, if not probably both, of the new incomings. You guys want Fikayo Tomori back? So we shall sign Fikayo Tomori back. Tammy Abraham returns to the club. We're kind of bringing back the old gang, aren't we? And Fikayo Tomori is currently valued at 71.5. I reckon I can get him for about 75, even though their asking price is 93.8. At this particular moment in time, other than players like Mbappe or Vinny, money is no object. But don't tell them that, otherwise they'll overcharge me. So we're going to try and get Tomori back from AC Milan. That should be pretty straightforward. I'll offer 75, which is what they said they might accept. 78.4, deal done, sir. That is a world-class centre-back in to start alongside Wesley Fofana. Provided I can agree contract terms, but I'm sure contract terms won't be that hard to agree to bring him back home. £115,000 a week is what he's currently on. He wants crucial. Understand that. Hopefully they give me an idea of what they want in every area. Well, specifically the wages, so I don't undersell. And they have, and he's willing to take a wage cut, although he wants a £4 million bonus. Now, in real life, he wouldn't get that bonus until we'd actually kept the 20 clean sheets. But because FIFA/FC is poorly made, he'll get that £4 million immediately, which is a bit cheeky, really. But bing! Numero uno! Fikayo Tomori returns to Stamford Bridge. Christopher Nkunku comes to welcome him, and we have ourselves a brand new starting centre-back to hopefully help us fight for the Champions League this season. Now then, what winger am I going to get? The three options at the moment that are on my list. Rafael Leao, although I have just given AC Milan quite a bit of money. Fischer Kvaratskhelia, who has more play styles than anyone else I've known for a while. It's ridiculous. Like, just pick one, mate. You can't have them all. An absolute hoarder. And then the other one, who's rumoured to maybe be on the way out at his club in real life in the summer, is Rodrigo of Real Madrid. But I've used Rodrigo before. I've used Rafael Leao before. I have never used Kvaratskhelia, and this seems the perfect opportunity to utilise him, especially because Napoli finished about 5th in the league, I think. Or was that my player? Can't remember. Certainly Napoli aren't one of the upper echelon teams, though, so what are you valued at? 120 odd million pounds. Their asking price is 170. I can maybe get a deal done for 140. I shall try my best. We are Todd Boehlying this bad boy, and we're going to splash all sorts of money in this window. 131 million pounds come to me. 152. Still leaves me 200 to go and sign another centre mid. Oh my lord, this is billionaire playboy things, isn't it? well, the tension just rocketed. So I'll pay the price. I'll pay the price. Thank the Lord it's not coming out of my bank account. That's all I can say. Kvaratskhelia will, hopefully, provided he agrees contract terms again, be joining us here in the Premier League. And Serie A is taking a bit of a hit here at the moment, isn't it, with regards the quality in talent available in that league. He's got his player face in as well, which is fantastic. You love to see it. Wages. Well, Tomori actually took a wage cut to come, but I'll offer him 125 grand a week, a signing bonus of £1 million, and we'll see if he'll negotiate from there. He wants 150. Fine. Fine. Not a problem. Money is no object. Kvaratskhelia joins us. We have a second brand new signing at the club. This one even more marquee than the last. In fact, more than twice the price of the last. That was already a blooming big transfer fee in the first place. Welcome in, says Mauricio. Oh, mate. Now we've got to figure out who to sign as centre mid. I don't think I've ever had to make as many decisions as I am right now. Maybe I leave centre mid till the summer. That leaves us something, till the January window. That leaves us something to do there. And the current central midfield options are good enough to do the job until that point. I think that is what I'll do. At least that's my intention as of this particular moment in space and time. Whether that changes as we progress through the rest of the window, we'll wait and see. But Feature Kvaratskhelia is in for £149.2 million, which is an absurd amount of money. And it's a B. Oh, come on, what could I got for 130? No, I couldn't. Not a chance. I even offered more than the best possible deal, and they said no. So, all right, happy enough with that. That's two properly good players now through the door. I'm sorry, Martson. You're going to drop off the bench here, I'm afraid, my friend. And, yeah, the Georgian goes out on the wing. Thank you. Now, what we do in the summer when we sell Conor... I keep saying summer. In the winter window when we sell Conor Gallagher and sign Caicedo, I don't know. There were not as many comments with regards to central midfield role as there were with the strike... Actually, quite a few of you had the Gonçalves to Cam and sign a new wide man option. And obviously, the main port of call was the centre-back. So we've done that. That's sorted. Now the question is... what to do in midfield in the winter. You'll have the opportunity to help me decide on that over the next few episodes. Mauricio Pochettino is a floating head! Oh, that's not trippy at all, is it? Oh, he's just got out of the shower as well by the looks of things. Oh, dearie me. Well, I can't look at that anymore. That was really strange. Benoit Badiashile joins every other player on the planet at either Saudi Arabia or Nottingham Forest. It seems to be the only two destinations for anybody right now. So the side is significantly improved. And now we'll go and face Arsenal. Now, obviously, we've been facing a bit of a difficulty challenge. So we're going to play Arsenal on default legendary. If it's still bollocks, then I will use MGH's sliders for the rest of the episode. And we will see how good they are. If they're perfectly fine... banging, we're sorted. If not, I will spend some time trying to figure out a slider set that I'm happy with for challenging but not BS gameplay, and we'll take it from there. But one game at a time. The first game is Arsenal at home, and we'll see what we can do in this first one. Of course, all of the Patreon players are currently in the realms of accessibility for a lot of the big clubs in Europe now, considering you've grown quite a bit and you still have that potential to be special tag. Now, here we go. The first game of the Premier League season. Chelsea versus Arsenal against a very, very moody-looking Martin Odegaard. Someone just pooped on his Weetabix, I think. Neymar? What? Hang on. No. Hang on. I'm not stopping yet. Neymar at Arsenal? Neymar at Arsenal? Wait a minute. That's not on. I'm sure Kvaratskhelia is going to be better, but wow, what a name to bring in at Arsenal. What a Neymar. Do you see what I did there? Right, Arsenal first. With Neymar and Saka. Oh, Christ. Arsenal's probable lineup does have Neymar on the bench. But to be fair, he is 32, 33? Probably older still in this save now, so maybe it's not as much of a coup as I initially thought it might be. Martinelli, Jesus and Saka remains the front three. Bailey Byrne in at centre mid. The first Patreon player we've played against in a while. Certainly in a starting lineup for a big club. The first at all, I think. Rudiger still in their backline. Ramsdale there too. They also play the Gegenpress, similar to Manchester City. So I'm not looking forward to this. But hopefully, fingers crossed, I can figure out how to play on default legendary. If not, then MGH's sliders will come to the rescue. Zinchenko. Back to Declan Rice. Zinchenko again. It's the speed of play at which they ping it about that's difficult. And apparently, Martin Odegaard is fantastic in the tackle. Even just on that experience, I think I'm going to be using Matt's sliders, but we'll take it game by game and moment by moment. Martinelli, Jesus, Saka, outside the post. And relax, it's all right, just relax, stay calm. Kvaratskhelia spins brilliantly. Well in Enzo. Okay, not so well in Enzo. Martinelli, Odegaard, Byrne, blocked by Caicedo, Arsenal corner. Under the cosh is one of the phrases that comes to mind. Away, please, Enzo. It's not really as away as I'd hoped. Saka to Martinelli. It's Tomiyasu. Saka again. Odegaard. Good block by Fofana. Chile can't get it down. Odegaard can't tackle him. Jesus. Oh, it's relentless. It's absolutely relentless. Arsenal 1, Chelsea 0. Defending on default legendary feels practically impossible. If you are able to do it, you have my utmost respect. Because I cannot. Right, Sterling. Run, pal. Yes. Tammy. Oh, Ramsdale, what a stop. I was certain I was scoring there. If I can't finish one-on-ones like that, I probably don't stand a chance at all, do I? Declan Rice in the way. Well, I've had a go offensively, but still not good enough, unfortunately. Ramsdale with a very, very impressive save. Martinelli into the middle. Gabi Jesus is there. What a save by Diogo Costa. Turns out it's not just their goalkeeper that's capable of making remarkable stops. My players aren't supposedly playing very well, but I think a 4.7 for Kvaratskhelia is a bit silly. I don't quite think we've been that bad. It's only 1-0, and well, they have had a lot of shots, but we've dealt okay so far. I still think I'm going to use those sliders, but I've dealt with it okay so far. Nice. No one's going to mark anyone in the middle, so I'm just not going to be able to get there quickly enough, I don't think. Oh, come on! It's not a penalty, ref. Give me a break. Fikayo Tomori gives away a penalty on debut, but I just stood there. He's fallen over. Nothing. Tomori waves his left leg when the guy's to my right. He falls over and the ref's like, that's a clear stonewall penalty. I tell you what, mate, it's not. Saved by Diogo. Justice for Chelsea. Right then. Let's use that as our inspiration to go and turn this result around. Caicedo intercepts though. Help me. The Gegenpress is really, really difficult to play against as well, regardless of what difficulty you're on. So that might have some sway on why the game plays the way it does at the moment, because both Arsenal and City play the same way. I almost need to play someone that doesn't play Gegenpress. I haven't felt like I could do really much offensively in this game, but defensively I've been able to bumble my way through. Maybe I play United with this slider set as well and just see what it's like playing against someone that isn't Gegenpressy. Maybe. I'm probably just throwing myself to the slaughter, but I'm curious enough to have a look and see what it's like. Odegaard, well in Fofana. I'm making changes, they're making changes. Kai Havertz comes on for Byrne. Obviously trying to get him some extra first team football, Byrne, because he's got potential to be special, as all the Patreon players do. Trying to help him grow. Martinelli. Why would you just run past without even thinking about putting a toe in? Woo! That's not even close to where I aimed that pass. Deary me, I sound like a cartoon character then. Some of the noises that come out of me when I play video games are remarkable. Looking for Pedro off the bench here. Noni. In there is Enzo. And across here is Kvaratskhelia on debut. Oh! We've had to work for it more than I've worked for anything in my life. But we're level against the Arsenal. It's 1-1. And as Tomori gave away a penalty on debut, Kvaratskhelia at the other end levels it up last minute. 150 million? Bargain, pal! No need. Oh, God, don't. Could I? No. Oh, Pedro! That's got to be better, mate. It annoys me that when, on some occasions, when the top, it comes up and says +3, top left, you lose the actual match clock, so you have no idea where in the stoppage time you are. It's a 1-1 draw against the Arsenal. I wasn't mad competitive. I did have to get lucky defensively, but I did create some good chances in that game. How Ramsdale saved the Tammy Abraham one, I'm not entirely too sure, but Diogo Costa certainly made a couple of remarkable saves in that game too, and they struck the post with Saka from outside the box, so we'll give it another go. I'll test the legendary with no sliders, just default legendary, against a side that isn't Gegenpress, and then maybe I might be better still. We'll try Manchester United. If that doesn't work, then Brentford with Matt's sliders, MGHC sliders, will be what we do. Let's see how the transfer window develops from here, though. Man United away, coming up next. And they want Enzo Fernandez for £158 million. No, you're not having him. Gonçalves is ready to change position. Does he change rating at all? No, he's still... And he's peaked. He's at 86 and has peaked. That's as far as he's going to get this season, but 86 will certainly be good enough, and he is very good in that central area. If only he could have made that one pass at the end of the Arsenal game, Kvaratskhelia might have been able to get me a winner. So, Manchester United's lineup: Rashford, Højlund and Anthony on the right-hand side, Mount, Amrabat and Eriksen, Alaba, Thiago, Martinez, Hakimi and Onana. What do they play? Wing play, okay. Rashford always plays very well against me for Manchester United, so expecting more of the same. We'll play the same 11 that we did against Arsenal, just to give myself the familiarity when testing the gameplay of having the same players on the pitch. And hopefully we get just as good a result, but a slightly less frustrating BSE style of play. Sometimes I think I'm just going to have to be really patient with my passing, but on occasions, I feel like I'm really patient with my passing, and I'm left with either no options, or the one option I do have, they misplace the bloody pass. Is he onside, is he? Alright. Cool. Get off me. Wesley Fofana, quite literally, shoves the man out the way. Flick that. Well up and Kunku. Caicedo eventually gets it under control, and we're on the break. And Reece James has Sterling to use, and Sterling has Tammy in the middle. And Kunku. Tammy around the corner, Tammy in the box. Tammy swings at thin air because the defender toe poked it away from him, but positive signs going forward. There we go, please, Reece. You've kicked it against Sterling's arm. That's not entirely what I was after there, if I'm honest with you, mate. I'm just going to have to play a very counter-attack heavy style of play because I am going to be under pressure quite a bit in almost every game that we play. But it's a learning curve, and if I can learn quickly enough and perform well enough, then you never know. We might actually be able to beat this old default legendary nonsense because we're 1-0 up here at Old Trafford, and Christopher Nkunku has given us a 1-0 lead. Up the Blues! Maybe it's just Gegenpress that's BS. It's probably not, but we'll see how we go. I'm tugging at him, but I can't get there. Here's Mason Mount now. Back heel. That's a heavy touch. Challenge. Was a bit of a risk maybe to go for the slide, but it worked. We got away with it. Looking for Tammy. I see Kvaratskhelia at the back post. That's where this will aim. It's a bit wide. I probably should have cut it back. Regret. Big regret. At least we still have a 1-0 lead. Maybe I should have crossed it slightly earlier so the ball was slightly further towards the edge of the box. You could have run onto it and smacked it from a better angle. Learning curve, but I mean, it's still very early days, but I dare say I'm getting there. Enzo's there in the middle. Enzo has Tammy. Tammy. Oh, it's a brilliant turn. Tammy! Amrabat with a very good block. Tell you what, we're playing some nice football now. Reece James with the delivery. Oh, Sterling's up. Oh, Sterling's up! Oh, I never thought I'd get so excited about a Raheem Sterling header. It went wide anyway. Højlund. Trying to say that with a frog in your throat. Decent delivery. Reece James can't get there. Wow, Diogo. That's a hell of a start. It's a great effort. It's crazy accurate and really, really well struck as well. But it's a phenomenal phenomenal save from Diogo Costa, and that's why we spent big on a goalkeeper. We lead at half-time at Old Trafford. Oh, Raheem nearly got there. He so very nearly got there. I've missed the ball, though. Mason Mount. A hand. Rashford. Back heel to Mason Mount. And Rashford again. Oh, this is good, isn't it? From Man United. Højlund. Oh, why? Why? Oh, Fikayo Tomori. Worth every penny. Legendary might only be an option for me with, like, the genuinely best of the best squads. So when we start a new save with a worse team, I might have to start on world class, and then when it becomes slightly easier on world class, then we step it to legendary. Enzo, Kvaratskhelia, well struck, headed towards the bottom corner, but Manchester United have dealt with it well. An hour played, we still lead here. It's a definite challenge, though. It really is. I'm not going to be able to just roll out of bed and start playing. I'm going to have to be my absolute best every time I pick up the controller. Playing on default legendary at the moment. Højlund. Tomori! Can I have a look at that again, please? Because I'm not sure about some of these penalty calls. He did stick out a leg. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that one. That one's more of a pen than the last one. Rashford! Oh, I went the right way. I couldn't get there. 1-1 against Manchester United. Good pen. Højlund. Here's Hakimi. Oh, he's done me. I dived in with Chilwell and I couldn't get there. So I had to go all the way back, though, so we could maybe step a little bit. Get out to them. Offside trap of sorts. Here's Amrabat and Eriksen. Anthony still. Diogo react to it. Oh, little bit of a panic. Panic over, but definitely a little bit of a panic. Well in. Noni's off. Not waiting on anyone. Noni's off. Tammy's here. Here's James. Run, Noni. Oh, why are you trying to go on the inside? Played it the wrong side of the defender from where I wanted it. Get in. Well in, Wesley. It's getting intense now. Tammy, make me a run, please. Thank you. And Kunku's making me a run too. Oh, David Alaba is OP. I hate him. He's too good. Jadon Sancho. Rashford. God, David Alaba is insane. Some of his interceptions in this game have been disgusting. Jadon Sancho. Don't even think about winning it now, United. Oh, Diogo. It's a giant save. It was such a lucky bounce, but it's a giant save. 1-1 against Manchester United after the 1-1 against Arsenal. But if it weren't for the questionable penalty call, maybe we would have gotten the victory there. I'm happy enough on Legendary so far, I think. We'll see. To be fair, I've only played big teams. If Brentford play like prime Barcelona, then maybe we'll think about changing it. If Brentford beat me 4-0, then we'll wait and see. But against the big boys that don't play Gegenpress, I'm okay. Again, we'll take it game at a time. I'd love your feedback in the comment section. What do you find the most entertaining? What gameplay looks better to you? Because at the moment, I can't decide whether that Man United game looked good and was challenging compared to the Arsenal game that looked BS and was challenging. But we got the same scoreline in both, so I don't know yet. I haven't yet tried the sliders, obviously, so we'll wait and see what happens on that front. Brentford have lost their opening 2 games this season. We obviously have drawn ours. As we approach transfer deadline, they've got a bid from Manchester United of 30 million for Levi Colwill, which we will be rejecting, thank you. Levi stays. Interested in another fringe player, but that's okay. Right, I'm going to play with the same team again. Enzo Fernandez is now 89 rated, growing still. Fofana 86, Chile 86. The only thing that is irking me slightly about Chilwell at the moment is that he's been... Jesus Christ, Arsenal. Is that he's been caught out for pace a couple of times. I just want his pace to grow quicker. We'll go with that one, why not? 18 weeks, let's get him there as fast as possible. Right, Brentford, what have you got? Well, they've been a bogey team, so probably quite a bit, actually. What's this starting lineup looking like? Brentford with Emil Smith-Rowe, Carlos Vela, and Jesus Ferreira. Baptiste, Rodriguez and Onyeka, Digne, Pinnock, Collins and Ayer, Strakosha in goal. They've won a game, but that must have come in the Carabao Cup because they've got no points in the Premier League, so those 2 L's are Prem games. Now, they objectively don't have a great side. So this will probably be more of the test of whether Legendary is right or not. Because on paper, my side should walk all over Brentford, but if they play like prime Barcelona and smash me, then we know that we need sliders. I've absolutely nailed someone there. Free kick for Brentford in the 2nd minute. Luca Digne's left foot is pretty trustworthy. So is Enzo Fernandez's head, though, apparently. So I'm happy enough with that for now. Again, I'm going to, rather than get maybe not complacent, but a little bit higher tempo against Brentford, presuming that because they're a lower rated side, they're going to be easier to play against. I'm going to approach this one the same way I have done the Arsenal and Manchester United games from a defensive point of view. And maybe we will be okay. But I'm expecting it to be just as much of a challenge as the previous 2, regardless of the fact that they've got 76 and 77 rated players, rather than 84 and 85 and 86 rated players. But it's 1-0 Brentford in the 10th minute, so yep, shut up and concentrate, Ches, because you're going to need to do that in every game now. Sterling's on the run. Really on the run. Tammy's there. And then Nkunku through. Come on, Christopher. Oh, you've got to hit the target, Mr. Nkunku. With chances like that, you've got to hit the target. Baptiste, quickly. Smith Rowe. Jesus Ferreira's going to be through that gap. And that's 2-0 Brentford. Why? I don't mind it being as strong as it is against the big teams. But when Brentford do it with 75 to 77 rated players, that's when you think, it's a bit too much. Chile. Tammy's there. Ugh, finds Nkunku, but it's well blocked. Yeah, Brentford play better than Manchester United or Arsenal, so I think there's a bit of an issue there. Never mind. We'll take the 2-0 defeat on the chin. I'll try MGH's sliders in the next episode, which obviously will come to you Monday. I'll try and play a bit with the gameplay over the weekend as well. I might, although it would be a pain in the arse and a lot of micromanagement, I might play default legendary against the, depending on what those sliders are like. Matt seems to really like them, and so does his audience. If you watch MGH, then let me know your feedback on the sliders that he uses and his gameplay as well. In the comment section, but I might use Matt's slider set against everybody that isn't the big boys, and then the big boys will play on default legendary. We'll wait and see how it plays. I haven't tested it out yet. Transfer deadline day. Dylan Rowe, Patreon player, West Brom to Real Madrid, is the biggest move so far. Arsenal have sold Urien Timber to Lens for £43.1 million, which is an interesting decision. Edson Alvarez has moved from West Ham to Leverkusen for 40 million as well. And Christian Romero very much looks like he's on his way out at Tottenham 2. But where to from Tottenham 2? I'm not sure. Probably find out in due course. Inter Milan is where Tottenham 2 has gone. Chile bid from Barcelona. No. Quite happy with Chilwell. Once we get his sprint speed up a little bit better, I'll be even more happy with Chilwell. £62.6 million for Inter Milan to pay Tottenham Hotspur for Christian Romero. Joao Pedro to Troyes is a weird one. Alan Saint-Maximin to Bournemouth would be an intriguing one. Enzo Loidis has moved to someone for a sizable fee there. I'm not going to let Martin go. He's a decent backup left back. Where did he go? Loidis is at the top there. Hoffenheim, okay. Samuel Eiling Jr. from Juventus to Paris Saint-Germain. Mary Demiral from somewhere in Saudi Arabia to Sporting Lisbon. Any other big ones going to go through at the moment? Not massive. A couple of loan deals. There are still some options going through. I didn't realise Tammy had a release clause. £69.3 million. Tammy Abraham release clause met. Right. How much money have I got at the minute? 240 million. That would give me Well, Twitch chat is saying offer new contract. So you guys were irked on the YouTube comment section side of things as well when it came to the leaving of Malo Gusto. So on this occasion, I will offer a new contract. I'm not overly comfortable with the idea of just offering a new contract and BSing the other team out of talking to them, because in real life they've met the release clause. They should have the right to talk to the player. It just so happens that in FC or FIFA it means that they're definitely leaving, whereas obviously in real life it could still very much be up in the air. So on this occasion I will offer Tammy a new contract and we'll keep him at the club. And in future, I've now accepted Malo Gusto leaving for his release clause and not accepted Tammy Abraham leaving for his release clause. Which do you prefer that I do in future? If it were Football Manager, they could meet his release clause and still not agree a contract term and he stay with me. But that is an automatic player sale in FC terms. So I'll reject this one for now. I don't remember giving him a release clause either, but as Rachel says in chat, but he must have had one. Otherwise, they couldn't have met it. So that's where we are with that one. Good to see you. I just want to say it's great for my confidence that you still value what I can bring to the team. Now, that should be the end of that. So I don't think Tammy's going to leave us now. Any other big deals? Not yet. 5 hours to go. Yeah, Tammy talks to Milan are broken down. I will take your feedback on that one again, because I didn't take any feedback on the Malo Gusto one. And continually, even a season after that transfer went down, people were still a little bit irked about the idea that I just let Malo Gusto go because they met his release clause. So I'll do that with Tammy, and I'm gonna need your feedback on that one moving forward. Luis Sinistera moves to Dortmund. Adarabioyo moves to Celta Vigo. A movement within Serie A for Alessandro Buongiorno. No other giant deals. Those top three are still the top three. We'll have a look through and show you the biggest deals of the window so far. Leipzig are interested in Fofana, but we'll reject that for now, because even if I wanted to accept it, which I don't, there's not enough time for it to go through. I'll show you the biggest transfers in this window. We'll then give those Patreon players a rundown as well for those Patreon people, and of course those that might be interested as well. Transfer history then. So the biggest transfer dealings in this season were me, Balde to Spurs for 103, Colomboani to Atleti, Gonzalo Ramos to Spurs as well for 79.4, Tomori, Camavinga to West Ham. You didn't see that coming. Christian Romero, Dylan Rowe, Pedro Porro to Manchester United, a Patreon player, Charlie Jones to Juventus, Parisi to Sevilla, we knew that one already, Sangare to Lazio, Mazraoui to Barcelona, Ibanez to Juventus. Here in Timber we saw Paqueta to Monaco, Jalanolu to Spurs, another Patreon player, Alex O'Sullivan, moving to Inter. Bear has moved to Liverpool, Bjorn Jackson from Newcastle Jets. So we've got a lot to update with the Patreon spreadsheet. Mateus Cunha's left Wolves to go to Mallorca. We saw the Alvarez one. Shutalo comes to Monaco, Patrick Schick to Juventus. Virgil leaves Liverpool to go to Atleti for 39 million. Virgil was 88 rated when we last looked at him. He's now 87. He's declining, but still certainly very good. Barreiro Martins joins Leicester, who I think are in the Premier League now. Andreas Christensen to Leipzig. Moise Keane to Nice. Kevin Danso to Roma. Todibo joins Leicester as well. Pavard to Dortmund. Luis Felipe comes back from the Shadow Realm of Saudi Arabia to join Benfica. The other interesting ones in there, Mickey van der Ven to Mallorca. They're buying some good players, aren't they? Jacob Ramsey to Lens. Lens are buying some good players as well. So Maximan back from the Shadow Realm. Beno Gittins moves to Napoli. They've replaced him with Sinistera a week later. It's probably an upgrade, that, to be fair. Raynan Lodi moves to Forest on a permanent after being there on loan in real life last season. They are your biggest transfers of the season so far. So we'll try Matt's sliders out, try MGH's sliders out for the next episode, which will involve Everton, Wolves and Bournemouth at the moment, although the Champions League group stage will be drawn very, very soon indeed. I'm surprised by the end of August it hasn't actually already been drawn. I now get a bid for Diogo Costa from Newcastle, which we'll reject. But Still waiting for... Ben Chilwell is now a top match rescheduled. There you go. That should be, at least. Maybe it's Carabao Cup, but it should be Champions League stuff. So who's in our Champions League group for our first year in that competition? Let's have a look, because we are 18th in the table. But to be fair, Arsenal are 20th, so let's not overreact. Our Champions League group is Porto, Marseille, and Sparta Prague. Winnable group. Very much winnable group. We might have gotten a little bit lucky there. Although, we'll play it by ear. Depends how good I am on Legendary this year, doesn't it? Even with match sliders. So, that is where I'll call it for here. I obviously will now go and sort the spreadsheet out and show you Patreon guys where your players are and how you've grown, etc. But thank you very much for watching today. I appreciate your support as ever. Do drop the video a like to make sure you subscribe to the channel. And join me back on Monday for the next episode. Really going to need your feedback with regards to everything that we've mentioned today. The centre mid, the Tammy Abraham release clause, etc. You like that? You don't like that? Should we just take it on a player-by-player deal? I don't know. And then gameplay-wise, Brentford played better than Manchester United or Arsenal. It's just, if Brentford didn't play that well or played to their ratings, then I'd be very happy. But Man United and Arsenal with 85 rated players were a tough challenge. Brentford with 75 rated players were even better, and that doesn't make sense. So I think I'll tweak it. We'll see. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. So here are your moves then, Patreon people. Quite a few moves, not massive amounts, because a number of you moved last season actually. But you can see here that Alex O'Sullivan's gone to Inter Milan. Boehly we know about Arsenal. We just bloody played against him. Bear we saw going to Liverpool. Charlie we saw going to Juventus. Daz was released by Brighton and has now been picked up by West Ham. DJ Dales went to Leverkusen. I think we saw that as well. Dylan to Real Madrid, we saw that. Jamie Brown was released by Roma and picked up by Real Sociedad this season. And Will has been a free agent for the first 2 years. Bless him, nobody wanted him. Now Auxerre have snapped him up. Everyone else is still at the club they were previously at. Feel free to pause it to have a closer look if you wish. And I'll scroll through and show you your current ratings. So again, feel free to pause it at any moment to have a closer look at your overall. And if you're interested in knowing your in-game stats in more detail, then do drop by the stream and I can show you those for any of you as well, if you might like. So that will bring, in its entirety now, this episode to a close. Thank you very much for watching as ever. Thank you for your continued support on the Patreon. So many of you now. It's actually silly. You've been so supportive of that. So many of you now involved in the Patreon at the VIP tier. So many of you involved in the Patreon not at the VIP tier as well. I appreciate it regardless of what level you're at. Even just not being on the Patreon and dropping a like and watching every video is enough. So don't feel the need to join the Patreon, certainly. But I appreciate those of you that have. That's all for me for today. This video is probably going to be a little bit late out because it's 20 to 2 and I still need to edit it and render it and upload it. So I'll get it to you as soon as I possibly can on the ChesnoidGaming channel. And then come and join me on stream because I'm going to be recording some more. Okay, bye.